In this video, I'll demonstrate how to set the displayed input voltage to match the actual input voltage. The 20-volt automatic control box displays the input voltage at the top left of the control box display. You may come across a control box where the displayed input voltage is either low or very high, as in this case, the displayed input voltage is showing 257 volts. The control box has overvoltage protection set to 245 volts. If I start this controller, it will run the motor, but after about 6 seconds it will stop the motor and go into overvoltage protection. The voltage protection has been detected and the motor has been stopped. O/UV will be flashing at the bottom center of the display, indicating it has detected an over or under voltage condition. We can confirm that the input voltage matches the displayed voltage by measuring the actual input voltage with a multimeter. Warning: exercise caution when working on a live control box while the cover is open. Let's begin by removing the cover of the control box. The input live and neutral wires are connected to the first two terminal connectors and are marked on the PC board with a L for live and a N for neutral. We can now turn on our multimeter and set it to AC voltage. We can now test the actual input voltage by touching out tester probes to the live and neutral input terminal screws. We can now see that the actual input voltage is 241 volts. While the displayed input voltage is 257 volts, this is higher than the actual input voltage, and this causes the control box to get a false overvoltage condition when we run the pump. To adjust the displayed input voltage to match the actual input voltage, we need to locate the variable resistor on the circuit board. It can be found above the float switch connector terminal block and just to the right of the alarm buzzer. It is a blue rectangular component with a small flat brass adjusting screw at the lower left corner. To lower the displayed input voltage, use a flat screwdriver and turn the adjusting screw anti-clockwise while watching the displayed input voltage on the screen. Once the displayed voltage is set to the 241 volts we measure with the tester, we can go ahead and close the cover control box. We can start the pump again and confirm that the control box does not detect an overvoltage condition after 6 seconds. We have now successfully adjusted the displayed input voltage to match the actual input voltage.